Pretty, Natasha.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. But as you and Josh have been showing us really throughout the past hour or so, the roads, I mean, you don't want to have to be out there driving around and that sort of thing.
Yeah, driving around in it, no good. If you're walking around in it, not too bad right now. But Josh, you were out kind of walking around the downtown Portland area. I came in from PDX and the northeast side of Portland, and it was terrible, those side roads. It was almost impossible to get through, and that was just a couple hours ago. But how was your experience?
A big difference between wherever location you were at. I was at the top of the KOIN tower as well, right at about 2 o'clock or so, and it was just starting to come down. Now, of course, starting to already see a lot of that pile up.
Yeah, and as we get colder and those east winds already starting to pick up, this is going to make a huge difference in those accumulations that we've been talking about and forecasting. And depending on what side of Portland you're on and your proximity to the gorge, this is going to make a big difference in those snow totals.
That it is, especially if the system kind of stalls out overhead, which it's already started to do so. That's when things could start to look a little bit different.
Yes, talking about that difference, here's a live look outside. And depending on where exactly you are, you go to Vancouver and it looks like a winter wonderland out there. That's on the far right hand side of your screen. You can see those big fat snowflakes coming down. Now, of course, our camera on top of the KOIN tower getting a bit frozen over there. Over to Kalama, we've seen some big snowfall totals there in the foothills just above the Columbia River. So again, elevation is going to be your friend if you are looking for those big snow totals. If you're trying to avoid them, well, try your best to get away from the hillsides. But at this point in time, you may need to just hang out in place at least for the next 24 hours. Your temperature right now, 33 PDX as well as Troutdale, but at Troutdale, you're getting those wind gusts upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour. You go up to Vancouver, you're at 32. Not much of a difference really until you get closer to Wilsonville and Cambie, and that's when your temperature moves up a few more degrees because you're a little bit further away from the Columbia River Gorge. So things that we're going to be watching here, the possibility of watching the center of this storm basically stalling, parking itself more or less right over our area. That would allow it to deliver more snow, higher snowfall totals. Big road impacts is what we're counting on. And of course, in those heavier snow bands, your neighbor down the street could get big snowfall totals while you're left with just a trace or so. So as we get into tonight, early tomorrow morning, we could see a big variety in snowfall totals for the immediate downtown Portland area and down into Lake Oswego. You might be seeing about 1 to 2 inches. You get into the foothills, especially out towards Battleground East. Now you're looking at 2 to 4 additional inches of snow, 2 to 4 inches for you out towards Troutdale, Gresham. You get into North Plains and Hillsborough, you're starting off with 2 to 3 inches, but you might end up with something closer to about 6 inches of snow. Remember, there is a winter storm warning for this area going into tomorrow morning. So a variety of possible snowfall totals for the downtown Portland area. We could wind up with anywhere from about 1 inch to as much as 3 to 4 inches of snow by the time we get to tomorrow morning. So looking at those wind speeds right now for the Portland area out of the east at about 18 miles per hour. Notice I was showing you the difference in temperatures. You get down towards Salem and Aurora and Canby, you have a south wind going right now. As soon as that turns more southeasterly, you're going to get some of those colder temperatures locked in place. So it all depends on where our area of low pressure ends up. And right now, it just wants to hang out with us and deliver a lot more snow in those bigger snow bands. In addition to that, something that's going to complicate things will be that easterly wind that doesn't want to give up and stays with us all the way through not just Friday, but even going into Saturday. Cold, dry air gets locked in even as that area of low pressure departs to the south. So things that we're going to be watching for tonight, that rain snow mix turning over to snow. So we could see upwards of 2 inches or more for the Portland area. And then we go into tomorrow morning and we're watching those snow showers continue. And when the moisture starts to dry up, that's when the coldest temperatures get locked in place. So to talk more about those cold temperatures and the possibility of breaking some records, Josh, what are you seeing in the forecast?
Well, Natasha, you know, this is kind of a 1-2 punch system taking aim at much of the Pacific Northwest. Right now, it's the snowfall. Yes, those are going to have some big impacts for us. But if we take a closer look at after the snow starts to clear out and the dry skies once again return, well, that's where we have the potential for some dangerous cold for the Portland metro area, parts of the gorge. The National Weather Service is going ahead and issuing as early as midnight tonight a wind chill advisory. That's where wind gusts could near about 25 to 35 miles per hour, making it feel closer to 5 below 0. So keep that in mind if you do have to be out and about. Not only are we going to see those icy, freezy conditions, but also seeing the dangerous cold as far as the wind chill goes. Here's a look at about 7 o'clock in the morning. That's where we expect to see some wind chills to drop back into the single digits. Of course, if you get a higher gust, that's where it could feel just slightly cooler than that. And that's going to keep us on the cold side for the rest of Thursday. Even though we'll see a little bit of sunshine, it will be cold sunshine for us. And we don't start to warm things up until about Friday. But what is wind chill? We've discussed it here on KOIN News in the past. You can head to KOIN.com right now for an in-depth look at it. But it's basically the heat that we build up around our bodies. When the wind comes into contact with your skin, it blows that heat away from you, making it feel much colder. So that's where that mathematical equation comes in to make it feel that much colder. As far as the frostbite risk goes, there is a moderate chance. You don't want to be spending about 30-40 minutes outside with exposed skin because that's where it really starts to ramp up for you. But as for tonight, expecting to see lingering snow flurries, cold temperatures, gusty conditions as well, and tomorrow, a high of only 32, although it's going to feel much colder than that, maybe only into the teens because of that wind chill. As for the 7-day forecast, that's where we're already seeing a bit of a warming trend as we move into the afternoon hours. A rain-snow mix is a possibility Monday into Tuesday, and that's where we get back up into the mid-40s. So that KOIN 6 weather alert still remains in effect for Thursday due to the dangerous cold. I would not be surprised if the National Weather Service goes ahead and extends those warnings or advisories for the wind chill over the next several days. But we want you to be part of the weather story. If you happen to have photos or videos, which we know a lot of you at home do have, scan that QR code on your screen right now. It will direct you to KOIN.com. That way you can send us those photos and we can continue the conversation right here.
So much going on today.
There is.
It takes two of you.
Yes, teamwork.
Wingman.
Absolutely.
Our team. All right. Coming up, our team weather coverage continues.